To begin, make a slip knot. And then with your 1.5 hook, you're going to chain 12. So the 12 should be the foundation row of our bikini. We're starting from the crotch, going on the front side, and then we'll come back and work on the back side. So after chaining 12, you're going to chain 2 more. So this chain 2 doesn't act as a stitch, it's just a turning chain. Then go in the third chain, skip those 2, and then in the third chain from the hook, set your hook, and then yarn over, work a double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then double crochet in the remaining 11 chains. So at the end of the row, you should have 12 double crochets, and in row 2, you're going to chain 2. The chain 2 doesn't act as a stitch. Turn your work, then double crochet in the first stitch and each stitch to the last one. So at the end of row 2, you should also have 12 double crochets. Remember that the chain 2 that we did is not a stitch, it's just a turning chain. So don't double crochet on that stitch. So I'm through with row 2, and what you're going to do, going to add 4 more rows of double crochet in each stitch without any increase or decrease. So let me turn you through with your round 6. So I went ahead and added 5 more rows. So my total rows is 7 of constant double crochet, or 12 double crochets. So what you need to ensure is before you start increase, the crotch area should measure 2 inches. So to begin, to begin the increases, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, double crochet in the first stitch, and then you're going to have 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with the last 2 stitches. So I'm remaining with only 2 stitches. So you're going to add another increase on this second last stitch. 2 double crochet in that stitch, and then double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 2, turn, double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochet in the second stitch, double crochet in each of the middle stitches, 2 double crochet in the second last stitch, and then finish off with a double crochet in the last stitch. So when you're here at the second last stitch, work 2 double crochet and then double crochet in the last stitch. So what you're going to do from here is you're going to keep on increasing on the second stitch and the second last stitch until your work measures, or the front part measures 6.5 inches from here. So continue and let's meet when you're through with your work, or when your work measures 6.5 inches. Ensure that you increase in every row as you progress. So I've gone ahead and done 26 rows in total from this area up to here, and my work measures 7.5 inches. So if you measure your work, you should measure approximately 7.5 inches. So this is the measurement. So what you're going to do is you're going to start the decrease part. So for the next round, the next row, row 27, we're going to chain 2, then turn our work a double crochet in the first stitch, and then the next stitch you're going to work 2 double crochet together. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops, then yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then go in the next stitch, pull through the first 2, and then you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all those 3 loops. So that is our decrease. Then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with the last 3 stitches. So I'm here at the end and I'm remaining with 3 stitches. So you're going to work a decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then double crochet the last stitch. Chain 2. The next row you're also going to work a decrease, so double crochet in the first stitch and then double crochet 2 together the next 2 stitches. Double crochet in each stitch until your row remain with 3 last stitches. So I'm remaining with only 3 stitches. I'm going to work a decrease also in the next 2 stitches. So place 2 after 2 double crochet together, and then double crochet last stitch. So you have 2 rows of decreases. So what you're going to do is you're going to repeat the decrease pattern until you have 10 rows of decreases. So you're going to add 8 more rows of decreases. So continue and let's meet when you're through with your 10th row of decrease. So I went ahead and made 10 rows of decreases, and this is how the front side looks like. So what I'll do next is to create these side parts. To do that, at the end of this row, you'll need to chain 2 and then double crochet in this chain 2 space. In this double crochet space, place 2 double crochet. So the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Then 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, or around the next chain 2. 2 double crochet around the next stitch. And continue placing 2 double crochet around each stitch until you reach the first row of decreases. So we've made 20 double crochets along the 10 rows of decreases. So for the next row, what you'll do is chain 2, turn your work, and then this is the wrong side. We're going to double crochet in the first stitch and then double crochet 2 together the next 2 stitches, and then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 3 stitches at the end. So when you reach the end, work 2 double crochet together, and then double crochet in the last stitch, turn your work. So in the first row we had 20 stitches. In this next row you should have 18 stitches. So the third row, chain 2, double crochet in the first stitch and in each stitch until the end of the row. So at the end of this row 3 you should also have 18 stitches. So row 3 is complete, and then row 4 will be a decrease. So chain 2, turn your work, double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochet the next 2 stitches, then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 3 stitches at the end. So at the end of row 4 you should have 16 stitches. Row 5 you're going to turn your work, chain 2, and then double crochet in each stitch. So at the end of row 5 you should also have 16 stitches. So I'm at the end of row 5, and for the next rows what you're going to do is you're going to repeat the last 2 rows. So row 6 will be a decrease, and then row 7 a constant, decrease, a constant, until you remain with only 4 stitches. So go ahead repeating those 2 row repeat until you have 4 stitches left. So I'm through with my piece here, and I've done the first row of 4 stitches, which is the wrong side, the decrease side. So I'll turn my work on the right side, and then I'm going to create the straps from here. So chain 2 and then work 1 double crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, then chain 2, then double crochet in the last 2 stitches. Like that. Turn your work, chain 1, slip stitch in the chain 2 space, then work 3, chain 3, double crochet in the same space. So the chain 3 will act as a double crochet from here on, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the same space. So this is how we are going to make our strap. Chain 1, turn, slip stitch in the chain 2 space, then chain 3, which is a double crochet, double crochet in the same space, chain 2, 2 more double crochet in the same space. So repeat this until you achieve your desired length of the strap. So I'll repeat one more time. Chain 1, turn, slip stitch in that chain 2 space, then chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, 2 more double crochet. So continue with that, and let's meet when you're working this other side of the tie here. So when you're through, this is how it will look like. Just cut your yarn and weave in the loose end. So for this side, we're going to start working on the right side, so we'll start from the bottom going up, because this opposite side we started from the top to the bottom. So grab your yarn, make a slip knot, and then I'll find the first row of decreases here, then attach your yarn and chain 2, and double crochet in the same stitch, another double crochet in the same stitch, 2 double crochet in the next row, and place 2 double crochet at the end of each row till you reach the top here. So at the end of this row you should have 20 double crochets, because we had 10 rows of decreases. So when you're through the first row, what you're going to do, you're going to turn your work, and then on this side, which is the wrong side, you're going to have a decrease. So double crochet in the first stitch, chain 2, then double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochet together, double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 3 last stitches, then 2 double crochet the last 2 stitches, 2 double crochet together, which is a decrease, and then double crochet the last stitch. Row 3, which is the right side, you're going to double crochet in each stitch all through, and alternate between a decrease row, which is in the wrong side, and a constant row, just as we did on this other side, until you remain with 4 stitches. So when you remain with 4 stitches, you're also going to continue with this pattern of the straps until you achieve your desired strap length. So when you're through, let's meet when you're working now the back part of your bottom. So I went ahead and completed this other side, and this is how the front part looks like. So the measurement from here to here should be 10.25 inches, or approximately 10 to 10.5 inches. So to work the back side, what you're going to do is you're going to turn your work now from the bottom and join yarn here where we started with. So this is where you're going to join our new yarn. Now make a slip knot. And then in that stitch, set your hook, pull your yarn through, then chain 2. So you're going to be working on top of these ends so that we can hide them. So in this first row, what you're going to do, you're going to double crochet in this first stitch, and then make an increase in the second stitch, so 2 double crochet next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in each stitch until your row remain with only 2 last stitches. So I'm here, I'm remaining with 2 last stitches. What you're going to do, work 2 double crochet in the second last stitch, and then double crochet in the last stitch. So we have a chain 2 here, don't work on that chain 2. So our first row of the back panel is complete. What you're going to do is you're going to make increases in each row, placing 2 double crochet in the second stitch and 2 double crochet in the second last stitch until you have a total of, the front part we had 26 rows up to here, but the back panel you're going to have 28 rows. So you're going to add 2 more extra rows. So just continue, chain 2, turn your work, double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 2 stitches here at the end. Two double crochet in the second last stitch, double crochet in the last stitch. So repeat that pattern until you have a total of 28 rows in the back part. And let's meet when you're working now these decreases. So I've gone ahead and finished the 28 rows of increases at the back area, and now the remaining part is the decrease rows. So we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to make 10 rows of decreases, but instead of decreasing 2 in each row, you're going to decrease 4 in the first row, then 2 in the second row, and repeat that pattern. So the first row of decrease, what you're going to do, chain 2, then turn, double crochet in the first stitch, then 2 double crochet together in the next 2 stitches, Then repeat another 2 double crochet together, like that, and then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 5 stitches at the end. So I'm here. What you're going to do in the last 5 stitches, you're going to work 2 double crochet together, the next 2 stitches, and then another 2 double crochet together, and then double crochet in the last stitch. So you have 4 decreases here at the row 1. You had 2 here and then 2 here. So the next row, row 2, what you're going to do, you're going to chain 2, then turn your work, double crochet in the first stitch, and then 2 double crochet together, next 2 stitches, and then you continue with double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 3 stitches here at the end. When you have 3 stitches remaining, you're going to work 2 double crochet together, and then double crochet in the last stitch. So row 2 is complete. Now what you're going to do is just repeat the last 2 row pattern until you have a total of 10 rows of decreases. So row 3 is going to be the same as row 1, row 4 going to be same as row 2, and repeat that until you have 10 rows of decreases. So let's meet when you're working on the side parts, and then our bikini will be done. Yeah. So I went ahead and made my 10 rows of decreases. So what you're going to do, you're going to repeat the same pattern we did in the front side. Here is what you're going to do on this side. So chain 2, I already chained 1, so second chain, and then 2 double crochet in each row until you reach the 10th row. So at the end of this row you'll have 20 double crochets. So 1, 2, and then 2 in the next row, then continue placing 2 at the end of each row until you have 20 double crochets. When you have 20, you're going to chain 2 and turn your work, and then row 2 will be a decrease, so double crochet in the first stitch, then double crochet 2 together the next 2 stitches. So insert your hook in the second stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and yarn over, go in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through all the 3 loops. Then double crochet in each stitch until you remain with 3 stitches here at the end. So when you have 3 stitches remaining, you're going to work 2 double crochet together the next 2 stitches, and then double crochet in the last stitch. So again you're going to repeat this 2 row pattern until you remain with only 4 stitches. So row 3 will be 1 double crochet in each stitch, and then row 4 will be a decrease, row 5 will be 1 double crochet in each stitch, row 6 will be a decrease. So repeat that until you have only 4 stitches remaining. When you have 4 stitches remaining, you're going to make now the ties here, this one. So the pattern, you'll chain 2, turn your work, and then double crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So for second row, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, slip stitch in the chain 2 space, then chain 3, which is a double crochet in the same space, chain 2, then 2 more double crochet in that space. Chain 1, turn, repeat this pattern, this row 2 pattern. So slip stitch in that chain 2 space, chain 3, double crochet same space, then chain 2, 2 more double crochet in that space. So repeat this pattern until you achieve your desired length of this tie. And then I went ahead and did this other side. So when you're through with this side, what you're going to do, just come back here and start your row from the 10th row here going up. So you'll have 20 in the first row, then 18 in the second row, and repeat that 2 row pattern until you have 4 stitches remaining. Then you work on this tie as you are doing on this side. And then when you're through, the only thing that you'll need to do is working from the right side. You'll come back and then work single crochet along these edges from on both sides. So I already did this side and I'll show you how to go about it on this side, and then this edging, this scalloped edging also. So I went ahead and completed my side part, and this is how the bikini looks like. So for this scalloped look, what you're going to do is you're going to work from the right side and then attach your yarn at the last row of this part. The row we had 4 stitches. Then chain 3. After chaining 3, you're going to work 3 double crochets in that space, or in that double crochet row. Skip the next row, and then on the following row, single crochet. Then chain 3, and in that space work 3 double crochet. Skip the next row and then single crochet in the next row. So repeat this until you're here, and then let's continue with this part. So I've reached here and I'm remaining with 2 rows. So in this row where I have my single crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochet in the same space, skip the last double crochet row, and then on this main part, single crochet on this first stitch. So what you're going to do in this main body part, you're going to chain 3, and then 3 double crochet in the same stitch, skip 3 stitches, So 1, 2, 3, and on this fourth stitch, single crochet like that. Chain 3, 3 double crochet in the same stitch, skip 1, 2, 3, single crochet on the fourth stitch. So that's what you're going to repeat all through until you reach here at the last row where we have our 4 double crochets, chain 1 and cut your yarn. So I continued with my work and I'm remaining with 2 rows, this row and the last row with 4 double crochets. So what you're going to do, skip this second last row, and on this last row work your single crochet, then chain 1 and cut your yarn. So you're going to weave in this loose end. So the only part that is remaining is working this row of single crochet along the side on this other side. To do that, you're going to attach our yarn also on this row of 4 double crochets. So insert your hook, make a slip knot, and then attach your yarn, chain 1 and 2 single crochets in that, around that stitch, then 2 single crochet around the next stitch, and keep on placing 2 single crochet around each double crochet stitch until you reach the end of this part here. So what I forgot to mention, you can decide to work on this scallop stitch also on this part. You don't have to work the double crochet, the single crochet. So when you reach the end of this part on the last row, you're going to go straight to the first row here in the body part, and then work 2 double crochet, continue working, 2 single crochet, continue working 2 single crochet in each, around each double crochet row until the end. When you reach here, then cut your yarn and weave in the ends.